think everything. All right, that should be set. Hi. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? My name is Phalafel. It's been a minute. It's been a while. How have you been? How's your year? Been some change? I think it was the last time I posted on YouTube, might be longer. I'm trying to work in more long form content again. 2021 was a year. I think we can all agree the past 2 years really has been a lot, but you know what? I'm back like a bra strap. So I wanted to make a video about restoring an old cosplay. I am historically reckless with my costumes, especially post-convention. After I've worn it for the con that I made it for, I throw it into the suitcase on a whim. New Kirby game drops this month on 25th. A while back, 2018, I believe, I made a armored Kirby and Meta Knight cosplay that I wore with my friend Devi at Katsucon. I'll put in some clips from the wonderful AI.Louie. Louie's an incredible friend, super talented videographer. This is what the cosplay looked like when it was freshly worn at Katsucon that year. It was a fun time. Great cosplay, good memories. It's rough now. I put it through the ringer. So as an experiment, I wanted to try to restore it in time for the Kirby release so I can wear it on stream. If you don't know, I stream on Twitch every Wednesday, Sunday, soon to be Mondays as well. You can follow me there. I just wanted to play with some techniques, see what did work, what didn't work, and just film it. So take away from this what you will about restoring any kind of foam project that you've been working on or that's been sitting in a corner for a while and you just want to touch up some. This is just kind of my process. Come along with me on this journey together, y'all. Also, like, new video format, we're testing all of this new stuff out. 2022, we're gonna see how it goes. Let's just hop into it. First thing was just taking it out of the bin itself. I keep all of them in like plastic storage containers. So there it is, all its glory. Some of the repairs, the cape, the snap buttons I used to connect to the chest plate popped off of the cape. Pants looked pretty fine, but then you see that a button snapped off of something. I think it was the hip armor piece that I used to place them onto the pants to hold them up. That top looked fine, so that's the fine pile that I'm throwing stuff in. The gauntlets weren't too bad, just a little bit of creasing. The like, kind of like lace cowl? I don't know what you call it, but one of the boning pieces snapped on the inside, so it's kind of flimsy, so I have to fix that. Pauldrons look pretty clean, look really nice actually, so that goes into a good pile. Thighs were all squished. Thighs were unrecognizable, so that's a good fixing. And then just a lot of creasing on a lot of the foam parts too, which is a heartbreak, but an easy fix. The gloves are fine, but kind of flat. I think the same thing was the case for the shoes. Yeah, I'm looking at the shoes now. Those were very flat, so I had to reshape those. And the biggest project was the chest piece. Not only is it, the chest plate's too large now, but lots of creasing, lots of cracks, lots of pieces just kind of like falling off with the trims and things. The helmet was fine. I never liked the helmet, the shaping of it. It's not the shape of a sensible head. I have a big head, it didn't fit, but I wasn't gonna bother with that now. So the first thing I do, especially for all of the creased sections, is I just take a heat gun and reheat the foam, and it popped out a lot of those creases. You'll see right here. Just taking heat to it, making sure that you're not burning the foam, you know, so you're kind of moving back and forth over top of it. And it really just kind of smoothed out a lot of the creases. Now, some creases were so severe that the paint itself cracked. Other than repainting it, it's not really gonna fix it, but it helped a lot with the more noticeable creases. Now I'm using a heat gun to reheat the hot glue I used to attach the zippers because I'm going to resize the chest plate, and then going through and reheating any pieces that needed to be reshaped, reformed. And that's me reshaping the thigh pieces as well so that it's round again, not squished and flattened. You'll see here too where the foam rubbed off from my thighs. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen, you know, walking back and forth, so more pieces to fix. I'm gonna pause. When I attach my armor pieces to my body on cosplay, a lot of people use magnets, and magnets are cool. I found using really large snap buttons to work very well. You just pop them on, and if they're large enough, I feel like they're pretty strong. It takes a lot to pop them back off. So as you see, that's what the snap button is supposed to look like on the inside of whatever armor piece you're attaching to the clothing that you're wearing. Here, I'm just like lightly eyeballing and marking the adjustments I'm making to the chest plate. It was a lot looser on the bottom than the top, so just kind of like a diagonal cut that I use. I'm doing the same thing for the leg armor too. Before I tried to do it so that I would leave a little space so I could just slip my feet in and out easily, but it just doesn't look good. So I might as well just do a full close that has a opening big enough to fit my foot through the bottom. I use a number 2 X-Acto knife for all of my EVA cutting for any foam that's under 10 millimeters. Here, because it's kind of like an awkward shape, I just use scissors to cut through. This foam was 4 millimeters, I believe, so it was easy to get clean cuts out of. Any foam that's thicker than 10 millimeters, I use a full box cutter for. So I use contact cement this time to reattach the zipper to the chest plate. Basically what I do is I sew a zipper onto a stiff, sturdy felt, and then I glue that onto whatever piece needs to be zipped up that's foam. Before, historically, I've used just plain hot glue. That is good if you plan on things needing to be adjusted over time. Our bodies change, sizes change. But this time I did use contact cement because it is a lot stronger. I did that, and I also just contact cemented the back of the legs completely shut. Now here I'm fixing that like cape cowl lace. I don't know what it's properly called, but basically I just opened the bottom seam and then pulled out the boning. Now this might seem a little strange, it might seem weird, it looks suspicious, but I didn't have any clear boning left and I didn't want black boning to show through, so I just used the tip of a hot glue gun to kind of weld the two pieces together with plastic and then glued hot glue around it. So just melting those pieces to join them together, glue again, and it worked out well. It stayed sturdy, it didn't crack again. And then I went through and hot glued all the trims that lifted back down onto the foam, any pieces that were kind of falling apart. This is how I do snap buttons for my armor. I take that same stiff felt I mentioned with the zipper and I just sew the buttons right into the felt. And then after that, I adhere it. I'm doing hot glue again instead of contact cement. It's just easy. There's no wait time. I hot glue the felt then itself onto the armor piece and it stays pretty sturdy. Usually it's the thread that gives for the felt itself, and that's why the buttons pop off, so. And then I wanted to cover up some of the seams from the contact cement, and so I'm using PlaidFX paints right now. I'm using a light silver metallic paint, and then what I do is that I use the darker silver and I kind of mix it, swatch it on my hand a little bit, and then stipple it onto the lighter silver so that it blends better into the current. I used a spray paint metallic silver originally, and I didn't want to bust out spray paint just to fix it. So that's kind of my compromise of blending the two. Again, the way I attach all my capes onto my cosplay is that they attach on the like titty part of the chest plates with snap buttons. So I just re-sewed that one that had fallen off. I didn't have fancy photography skills like my good friend Louie did, so this is just me kind of filming the repairs. Again, you'll see some of the cracks from the creases that are left over in the paint I was using before. Again, I feel like it's less noticeable in person than it kind of appears on camera, but a lot of the bad creasing were knocked out with that heat gun. Now everything fits a lot better than it did. Everything can actually attach to itself, and it looks a lot fresher of a build. Close to new. I anticipated this repair process to be a lot more difficult than it was. Heat gun goes a long way. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. And it's been a while. I Corey Kenshin'd y'all a little bit, you know. Trying to make more long form content again. I'll probably start posting VODs from my Twitch streams, so that'll be cool if you wanted to pop in and watch those. Also, let me know what kind of things y'all want to see on this channel again. Cosplay tutorials, makeup stuff, stream VODs. We can talk about whatever. We'll figure this out together. But, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you drink your water, eat your vegetables. Take care. Okay, bye!